Hello, everyone. Welcome to History 101. That's World Civ 1 online version. I am your instructor, Dr. Mike Jimenez. And this video is going to go over the basic, it's going to be a basic rundown of the structure of this Canvas class. So hopefully, if you're new to Canvas or just need just some pointers to get around the course, this little video will help you. So this is the home page. So if you click on home or you open the course, it should be this page. And as you're going to see here, what's located is the syllabus. And some stuff about the course is located here as well. Link the PDFs of both of the main writings for the class are located here. And then finally a rundown of all the due dates and a link to the assignments themselves. So this is kind of the one, the quick one-stop place for you to get your work done, especially if you're looking like, hey, when is something due or what's on the agenda. All right, so you're probably going to get an announcement from me first thing once I publish this course shortly. And in the announcement, it will have a bunch of links. It'll have a link to the syllabus. It'll have a link to the first few discussion posts, which are, not really historical per se, but more of the kind of typical icebreaker stuff. You just need to get those done. And then it'll be a link to the module. This class moves pretty quick since it is an 8-week course and there's a lot to cover. And so, yeah, you're already getting stuff done the first week. But so let me kind of show you what it looks like. So the modules are one of the other places you're going to be going to a lot, pretty much weekly. And so when you go here, the first week module, you're going to go here and see kind of the typical stuff that you might see in other instructors' courses. Stuff like, meeting me. This is a little quick rundown about myself, some of the stuff I've written, things like that. And then probably more, and others, Santiago Canyon College stuff. So what's probably most important is I put both study guides in this Welcome to Canvas module. So you're going to want to, as the course starts, take a look at some of the material here. Each lecture, or pretty much each week, is week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5. So this is midterm materials. All the questions that are on the exam are linked up to the section in the lecture. So one way to prep for the class is as you go through my Prezi lectures or you listen to some of my uploaded short lectures, you're going to want to refer back to this midterm and then later on, obviously the final, to circle, underline, highlight the stuff that deals with these questions, because this is literally the stuff that's on your midterm. So first 5 weeks, this is the material you go over, and at the end of the 5th week, you're taking the midterm by that Sunday night. All right, so that's that's there. The final's there. Just FYI, the tests are 40 questions, multiple choice, true, false. And as you can see, let me just scroll down. The midterm is right there in the week of ancient China. So you're going to want to cover ancient China in the earlier part of the week and then tackle the midterm by the end of the week. So, and I might make this week a little open a little early just in case you're wanting to get through some of this material and be prepared, but I cannot emphasize enough to make sure you're connected to the midterm. So let's focus on first things. So the first week, you dive into ancient Mesopotamia. This is including northern Africa, the world around the Mediterranean, and ancient Persia. So you're dealing with that world. Before you get started with the material, go ahead and finish the icebreaker and the autobiography. These are quick assignments that you just need to do to get out of the way. They're kind of fun, and it's a way for me to get to know you, and I guess you get to know me because I will be more. I'll be a little bit more hands-on directly via these posts. When it comes to discussion posts, normally I tend to be a little hands-off and let the students kind of guide it. And there are weekly discussion posts, so keep that in mind. So you want to get started with the actual material. You have this page here. This is typical. This will be what it looks like every week, a short description, and then the assignments. I'll usually state whether or not you need to read the whole thing I have listed here. So I give you pretty concrete instructions. And this is, like I said, pretty typical. For starters, you have a PDF. So you have a primary source from an ancient document here. And this is like a hymn to the god Aten, the Egyptian god Aten. So this is something you're going to read through and thumb through this week. And then I have a link to the Code of Hammurabi, same thing, that you're going to basically, take a look and just, review the this primary source. Right, they're a primary source because this is literally something out of history that you're looking at. Both the Law Hammurabi and the Hymn to the Aten. And your textbook also has these type of materials located. So the textbook has both primary sources like Law Hammurabi, but also, and I know the chapter has like stuff on ancient Egypt, Egyptian gods and stuff. So it has that kind of stuff. It also has, a secondary source. It's a textbook about world history. So yeah, and I'm trying to keep the readings down so I don't bombard you with so much to do. Frankly, when we get to like ancient China and India, there's a lot more readings, but that's probably helpful because that's a material that students mostly struggle with. So you want to basically be ready to kind of learn the art of skimming as you're going through ancient India, ancient China, because the readings do pick up. And I tend to deal with a lot of the Asian history kind of in like a 2-week span, whereas we're kind of taking our short time going through from Mesopotamia, Persia, from the Greeks to the Greeks and the Romans. My lecture, so let's take a look at that. So there's a link to my lectures. So these are the lectures I would give if we were face to face and say in class. Again, this is something that I think you could just thumb through. For starters, there's a lot of maps that'll help you locate important information. I am not. Sometimes I will include a video like this one of me lecturing on certain points. When I do that, it'll mostly be on material from that's going to be on your exams, whether it's a midterm or the final. So I'm not going to do that for everything because I don't think some stuff that you're not really going to need it. So, but for the material that is a little bit more difficult, or that I think needs a little bit more, personal conversation from, audio from me, you're going to get that. All right. So let's go back. So that's what a typical week looks like. Go back home. So a few more about the assignments. Again, you don't have to go out and buy a book. They are here. You may want to buy the main textbook because some people just rather have the actual book. My advice to you is either rent it for somewhere between $25 to $50, or buy a used old copy for dirt cheap. Like, there's no reason to spend the money for a new edition. I'm fine with an older edition. So, but you're gonna be reading a lot from this textbook, so that's why I would encourage to get it. The textbook is here. It's a very big file. I would manage to find one online, and it'll save you some time and money. Okay. So, assignment wise, a few assignments I want to look at before I'm closing this. So, if you look, you have the midterm in the middle of the semester, and you have the final at the very end of the semester. Everything is due on Sunday nights, so I try to keep it as consistent and organized as possible so that you're aware, like, oh yeah, it's Sunday night, probably something's due. For Eat-Way course, literally there's something due every Sunday night. Typically, it's going to be a discussion post. So here's a typical discussion post. This is next week's discussion post on the ancient Greeks. This is where you're going to be engaging with your peers. So you'll post a discussion. You'll respond to the discussion topic first, and then go and reply to a few other students later on. So you'll be like what I just showed you with the Mesopotamia module. You'll have one for the Greeks, and so it all makes sense by the time that you're going to respond by at least by Friday night. I think Friday night's a good response date, so it gives you enough time to respond to a couple of peers. The midterm will be open all week, so if you are a go-getter and you got the work done, then you can take the midterm, but it does close by Sunday night. The only other major different assignment we have here is you do have a response to St. Augustine's confession. So we have about, I want to say, somewhere between 10 to 20 pages of confessions that you're going to read. And then you can respond to Augustine. And you could use the Tradition Encounters textbook to build up context for history of Rome, history of Christianity. But the main thing is just show an analysis of Augustine's writings that I include. Same thing with the finals due. The tail is at the last day of the class, so you've got to get it done by that Sunday night. That being said, if you are running into problems, there's a couple extra credit assignments. One is a discussion post. This is a freebie discussion post in case you missed one of the earlier ones. This is basically a way to gain back the points you missed. No questions asked. So again, you look at, every Sunday there is a discussion post due. Let's just say you get really sick here and you can't do the work and you're like, hey, I can't get the work done, blah, blah. Or whatever, you just have a bad week and you forgot. And then you could do this discussion post and gain back those points. Like I said, no questions asked. Even better is this extra credit assignment, which is a virtual museum trip. So you basically go to one of these links and check out one of these museums. You basically virtually visit this museum, since obviously we can't go to museum right now. And you're going to write about a 1.5 page paper on your experience, on your visit. So that is worth 10% of the grade. So it's a totally worth doing. I would advise every student to do the extra credit just so you have those insurance points. So that's basically it. As you can see, I definitely want you to check out the syllabus. The syllabus should match everything I just showed you schedule-wise as well. But as you can see, the majority of the class are these discussion posts every week. 2 exams, a midterm and the final. 1 short paper on St. Augustine, and then the extra credit opportunities. 1 to make up, a missing discussion post, and then the the museum extra credit.